Hi there YouTube, Diamond Flame 45 here with another anime figure haul and unboxing video. So the time of this recording, y'all, it's officially 2025, and because it's the beginning of a new year, signifies new beginnings and magical starts, right? So I thought the best way to start 2025 with is with a magical anime girl figure haul. Honestly, a lot of these figures were released back in 2024. However, I didn't have the time to actually record the videos for them, so I thought it would be a great way to put out some content out there for the new year. And also because a lot of those figures I'm going to be reviewing in this haul are actually going to be part of my best figures of 2024. But that video won't come out probably until February, because I did do another haul that has some figures to include for that video as well. So just trying to put out the content out there, y'all. So hopefully you guys look forward to this haul. And if you guys have been enjoying my content so far, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified for future content. And without further ado, let's get started with this magical girl anime figure haul. So the first figure we are gonna unbox in this anime magical girl figure haul is none other than Sailor Moon, one of the OG magical girl animes. And she doesn't need any introduction. She's an icon, she's a legend, she is the moment, right? I'm very interested in how she turns out because she was released way back in, I want to say May of 2024. But it's from the Figuarts Zero Chouette line, so essentially it's like Figuarts Zero but we're focused on Sailor Moon. So I do like the colors of this box. I like the golds and the whites. It contrasts very well. It's a very pretty looking box. So let's see how she turns out. So one of my goals for this year is actually to be more consistent putting out content and not just waiting for the right time or the right figure to arrive. Oh wow. She's very pretty, but she's surprisingly tiny. Oh wow. She's very pretty. And she's assembled. Dang, that's awesome. Like, this figure is essentially dummy proof. And here she is, y'all. Like, if I were to give this figure a grade for just assembly alone, she will definitely get an A+, because she just comes already assembled inside the box. All you have to do is take it out of the packaging and that's it. You don't even have to worry about putting the wand on her. That's like awesome, because I remember when I was assembling Eternal Sailor Moon back in the day, like putting her wand was so finicky. But so for Sailor Cosmos, she already comes assembled with her wand. She's in the base, like very easy, y'all, like dummy proof, hands down. But anyway, now that she's out of her packaging, it's just the figure itself here, y'all, like straight to the point. Let's review this Sailor Cosmo beauty, because from afar she looks very pretty, but at close up I can see some of the imperfections on this figure already. But even with those imperfections, I do like this figure. So let's start from the back, y'all. So from the back, I do love how sculpted her hair is from the back. I'm impressed that you see a bit of shading, show some gradient. The thing I am a bit disappointed with is the back of her sailor outfit. Like there's a bit of scuff into the sculpt, and you see some little paint transfer lines as well. But for the Figuarts Chouette line, or Figuarts in general by Bandai, she's still very pretty, y'all. The reality is, y'all, a lot of the Sailor Moon figures, especially the scale ones, are held by an iron grip from Bandai. So Bandai's like the sole manufacturer of Sailor Moon figures, unfortunately. But from the back, y'all, she's very pretty. I like the shading. It's like some purplish highlights to show depth and the creases and wrinkles of her cape. I do like how her hair flows from the back. It's very beautiful, but the thing I'm a little bit disappointed with is like the hair sculpt for this Sailor Cosmos figure is just a little bit lumpy, because you can see like that the sculpt for the hair is not completely solid. Some of the pieces just kind of protrude from the hair, and the paint job seems kind of like inconsistent, because there's some parts that where it's painted thoroughly, but there are some parts that the paint is not even applied. But overall, from the distance, like this figure is very pretty from the back. Pretty much I have very realistic expectations when it comes to Bandai scale figures, because their QC is not the best, but she's still pretty, y'all. So let's see if she can redeem herself from the front. So from the front, y'all, she has a very cute and demure face. The star symbol that's on her forehead, it's actually painted pretty well compared to her hair bangs. I wish her hair bangs had a bit of separation. They seem kind of clumpy, which is like something I would expect from prize figures, but it's still pretty. The thing I'm kind of surprised by her face is like her face paint seems a little bit glossy when I look at it up close. But I did have this figure in the box since May 2024. So maybe that's just like the plastic residue that accumulates when you keep figures inside their box for a long period of time. Who knows? But the rest of her body doesn't have that kind of glossiness to her skin tone. I think that they did a better job on the front of her sailor outfit than they did on the back, because the paint job seems pretty decent. Like the thin lines are applied well. I do like the gold paint they use to emphasize her shoulders. Very pretty. And as you move towards the bottom of the figure, you see the sculpt of her dress, which is pretty nice. I pretty much like how the brooch also is on the bottom of her dress as well, and there's like the ribbon protruding out elegantly. She has very long legs, like she's very dainty looking, and I do like how the bottom of her heels are kind of inwards to each other. It makes it very elegant looking, and the wings on her heels are very nice from the front as well. Like from the top of the hair, it looks pretty nice from afar, but once you look closely, you see that inconsistent paint job as you go towards the tips of her hair. It just seems very inconsistent. It's not like a solid plastic transition. Like there's some gaps into it, if that makes sense. Probably when it came to the injection molding. But from afar, y'all, she looks very pretty, y'all. Like her Sailor Cosmos rod is very pretty. I like the fact that I don't have to assemble it, because when I assemble the internal Sailor Moon with her rod, ooh, that's what I would do. But this figure, y'all, like she's very pretty from afar. When she was first released, I paid $100 for her. But honestly, like even that's asking a little bit too much for this figure, because I have some price figures, y'all, that have better quality than her for like a fraction of the price. But since I do enjoy the Sailor Moon series, I did want to have her to my collection. She's very pretty from afar, despite her QC issues. And she's one of those rare figures I wouldn't recommend, which is surprising because all the figures I review, I recommend. I would only recommend her if you're a die-hard Sailor Moon fan, or if you're okay with the fact that it's Bandai's gonna be the only manufacturer producing Sailor Moon figures. Let's see how she looks like next to the internal Sailor Moon, because they're supposed to be crossing each other. So here is Sailor Cosmos next to Eternal Sailor Moon, and honestly, they're very pretty figures. Like I know I've been a little bit critical of Sailor Cosmos for her QC issues, but she's a very pretty figure. But like I said, I will only recommend her if you're a die-hard Sailor Moon fan. Overall, y'all, she's a very beautiful figure despite her QC issues. Very cute figure, very pretty. What else I can say? So the next magical girl we are going to be reviewing in this magical girl anime figure haul is none other than the flame-haired burning eye hunter Shana from the Shakugan no Shana series. Woo! This is such a throwback, y'all, because I remember watching this series back in the early 2000s and YouTube when you had to watch anime in like parts, if my OGs remember that. But her box is very beautiful, and she's one of the figures I was so upset I didn't pre-order directly from Goosebumps Company Global, because I felt like, oh, a lot of people don't know about this series. She probably is gonna bin in the aftermarket. Boy, was I wrong, because her aftermarket price was insane, y'all. Like I was able to snag her at Amazon Japan, but they decided to cancel their pre-orders. I had to look somewhere else. Fortunately, Hobby Search had her close to retail, but if I purchased her through Goosebumps Global, I would have been able to get her significantly cheaper. You win some, you lose some, but at least I was able to get my hands on this flaming beauty. So, without further ado, let's unbox her. Oh wow, so beautiful. Love that hair and those amber looking eyes, wow. And here is Shana out of her box, y'all, and out of her packaging. And she comes with a lot of parts, surprisingly. So she comes with the figure itself, this cool, badass looking sword, these beautifully sculpted and dynamic wings, y'all, like wow. Her little hoge and her base, and of course, a set of instructions that are thankfully in English. Thank you, Goosebumps Company. So let's see if this assembly process is not too difficult. So here is Shana, y'all, fully assembled, and I'm not gonna lie, her assembly was a little bit intricate and finicky, but you don't have to worry about seeing that. You can just admire her beauty, because this is one beautiful scale figure, y'all. Very well sculpted, very well detailed, very impressive, especially compared to Sailor Cosmos. This figure is just breathtakingly beautiful. Like wow, like yes, the back, y'all, like these wings are so beautifully detailed and well sculpted, like wow. And I just love how the colors just transition from like a dark red to a more lightish red. The hair sculpt from the back is just so beautiful and sharp. I just like how it flows. It looks like a burning flame, y'all. Like it's so beautiful. It's like fire personified through hair. Like it's a wow. And pretty much most of the details from the back, yes, are the hair itself and the wings, because she's a pretty small girl. The hair and the wings just cover the back of her outfit, but you can see some of the flow of her cape. So let's move on to the front, y'all, because all the details are gonna be in the front. Like wow, y'all, where did I begin, y'all? Let's just begin with her face, y'all, because that beautiful face sculpt, y'all. She looks so determined. The red in her eyes exudes determination and confidence. And even her hair bangs, y'all, are beautifully sculpted in detail. Like, wow. I just like how her hair bangs low beautifully. And y'all, like the rest of her outfit, I just like how the colors contrast very well. It's like reds, greens, even the subtle red shadings on her outfit, y'all. It just gives off dynamic motions. Very beautiful. Like, and even these small details, y'all. Like, look at how dynamically flowing her necklace is. And even the gem itself in the necklace is very well painted and sculpted. Like, wow. And of course, that cool, badass looking sword, y'all, is so huge. It's as big as her. I can tell the Good Smile Company wanted to put their all in this Shana figure because it's like a homage of the early 2000s anime culture back in the day with the big bug eyes and like the vented hair bangs and of course like a whole gaze. Like, it's a throwback to such simpler and nostalgic times in the anime industry. Despite the intricate assembly process, like, she's very beautiful, like, and I'm glad I was able to get her. Like, this Dread-Eye Hunter Beauty, y'all, like, beautiful figure, very dynamic. Highly recommend this beautiful magical girl swordswoman into your collection. Like, wow. Good Smile Company did an excellent job with this Shana scale figure. Very impressed. So the next figure in this magical girl anime figure haul is none other than this iconic gal, Double Homura from Aniplex. And y'all, like, she is one of my grails, hands down. I remember when she first came out in 2018, I really wanted to get her because she's such an iconic character, y'all. I love Homura and Madoka's chemistry in the Madoka series, y'all. Like, I remember watching it back in 2013 when I was like a freshman in college. Like, such nostalgia for me, this series, y'all. But when she was first released in 2018, I was a broke grad student and I couldn't afford her. And even after that, I still couldn't afford her because her aftermarket price was insane. But fortunately, when she was re-released, I got her at like a fraction of the price. And yeah, y'all, like, her box is so beautiful. And honestly, I think she's way better than the other one. That version looks like she has QC issues in terms of like her support. But y'all, this box, y'all, so beautiful. So without further ado, let's unbox this icon. Oh wow, she is breathtakingly beautiful, y'all. Like, wow. So here she is, y'all, fully unboxed and out of her packaging, and y'all, like, she's a very beautiful figure, y'all. And here are the parts she consists of. So the figure itself, her two devil wings, this little plastic piece I'm not sure what it's gonna be used for, the base itself, which is very beautiful, by the way, and of course a set of instructions. And unfortunately they're in Japanese, but they look self-explanatory. So let's see if we can put her together with what they gave us. And here she is, y'all. Here's Homura fully assembled. And y'all, she is such a beautiful, beautiful figure. Like, the weight was worth it. Like, she's just breathtakingly gorgeous. Like, wow. The hair, the wings, the dress, the body. Like, so many captivating details. So let's start from the back, y'all, because I'm just impressed by her back details. Like, y'all, like, look at that hair, y'all. Like, I love how sharply sculpted and separated it is. It's very beautiful. I just like how the hair goes chaotically from the back, and it's very fitting of her character because Homura can be a bit of a chaotic character if you watch the series. And y'all, like, those devil wings, I just like how the feathers in her wings transition from like a dark matte black paint to a translucent black on the tips. It's very beautiful. And of course, I just like how sharply sculpted the back of her dress is. Like, it goes again with like that chaotic dark motive you see with this figure. And as you can see from the back, there was this little plastic piece I unboxed. I wasn't really sure what it was meant for, and as you can see, it's actually meant to support Homura's dress so it doesn't make contact with the base. Very cool. From the back, she's just so chaotically beautiful. Like, wow. Like, I wish I could see her back sculpt a little bit better. You kind of have to put it on the side, but she has a beautiful back on the side if you angle her properly. So now that we look at the back, y'all, let's move our way to the front. And y'all, like, her front is so beautiful. Like, that face, y'all, like that captivating, playful face that also has like some dark thoughts behind those eyes. Very beautiful. Of course, I also like how chaotically her hair bangs flow from the front. So beautiful, and they are just as sharply sculpted as in the back. And of course, you get a clearer picture of her body as you move towards the bottom of the front as well, because you see her slender frame. You see how her dark dress like envelops her body. I just like how slender she looks. It's very beautiful. And I just like how the dress gets transitions from a solid dark matte paint to a translucent black at the tips. Very beautiful. And you see more of the details of the dress as well as front. You see like these cool purple beautiful violet patterns decorating the front of her dress. It just makes it very chaotic and ethereal-like, but on the dark side though. And of course that base, y'all, like that base is so cool. Like, and it pays homage to the series where she kind of succumbs to the darkness. But overall, y'all, this figure is breathtakingly beautiful. Like, wow. I'm not gonna lie, she's gonna go in the back of the shelf right there with Madoka. And I feel bad because I have to put away some of those Mikus, but I think it's nice to alternate the scene from the back every once in a while. Like, it's a new year, right? So I'm gonna spice up the back a bit more for y'all. And yeah, y'all, highly recommend this grail of a figure. Like, she's definitely grail status. Like, the beautiful details, the sculpt, the pose, and how she captures the essence of Homura. Best Homura figure in the market, hands down. Highly recommend. So now that we reviewed and unboxed Homura, let's unbox and review her angelic counterpart. And you know who it's gonna be, y'all. It's going to be this beauty, Madoka by Aniplex. And y'all, I just like how the box contrasts so well with Homura's. Like, Homura's box was all black. This figure box is all white and pink. It's very cute and pretty. Like, look at that box, y'all. Look at it. It's so pretty. And I'm glad to finally have added her in my collection because similar to Homura, her aftermarket price skyrocketed. Like, fortunately, because of the re-release, you can get her for a fraction of the price. Sometimes it pays off to wait. So without further ado, let's unbox this angelic beauty. Like, y'all, she was released back in 2017. Like, 2017. Can't believe this figure is like 8 years old now. Like, wow. And she still holds up. Oh wow, she's very heavy compared to Homura, that's for sure. Homura felt very light compared to Madoka, but this Madoka, she has a lot of heft to her, y'all. So here is Ultimate Madoka out of her box. And y'all, she's a very simple figure to unbox. She pretty much consists of these parts. The figure itself, the base, her two wings, and a set of instructions that are still in Japanese. So let's put it together right in there. Here is Ultimate Madoka fully assembled, and y'all, her assembly wasn't too difficult. It was pretty straightforward compared to Homura's. And y'all, like, what can I start with this figure, y'all? Like, this figure is like breathtakingly beautiful. Like, I keep saying the same things like I said about Homura. This figure is grail worthy, and I think she's way better than Guzman Company's Ultimate Madoka by far. And y'all, like, the back of this figure is so breathtakingly beautiful. Like, let's start with her hair, because that just sticks out to me the most. What I find very interesting about her hair, the top of the hair starts with a very light pink, but then it transitions more to like a dark pink from the back, and it cascades down to a translucent pink throughout the back of her hair. And I think it's pretty beautiful, y'all. And the hair sculpt is surprisingly sharp. And y'all, like, the ruffles, the creases, and the wrinkles of her dress are just so beautiful. Love the shading as well. Looks very voluminous with a lot of depth. And those wings, y'all, they just stick out in your face. Like, they're very big and protruding. Like, and similar to her hair, they're made out of this translucent pink plastic. But yeah, y'all, like, I think the strongest detail from the back is just the hair and like the voluminous depth of her dress. Like, it's breathtakingly beautiful, very angelic, which is very fitting for Ultimate Madoka. So now that we looked at her from the back, let's move away towards the front. And y'all, like, the front of this figure does not disappoint. Like, wow, like, breathtakingly beautiful. Like, I just love how angelic and demure Madoka looks like from the front. Love how sharply sculpted her hair bangs are. And I just like how they blow angelically into the wind as well, in her cute little like innocent pose. And I like how her face resembles like the original art style as opposed to the anime, because I know that Ghost Milk Company's version is based off the anime and not really so like the original artwork. And y'all, her body, it's so dainty and feminine. Like, it's very slender like Homura's. I love how you can also see some subtle shading around her midsection. You can see some ab definition, which is really interesting for a Madoka figure. And y'all, like, the rest of her outfit's just so breathtakingly beautiful. Love how you see the same voluminous details on her dress as well. Like, I love how you see like the galaxy motif inside her dress as well. It's very beautiful. I also like the fact that her heels have these angelic wings as well. They're very sharp and very well sculpted, y'all. Like, it contrasts very well, and it definitely provides a sharp contrast to like the purple night galactic sky underneath her dress as well. And of course, her base follows a similar motif as Homura's. This is Madoka's magical circle. You might think it's gonna be kind of flimsy, but inside the figure, y'all, like, there was like these two large solid metal pegs sticking out, and you just insert Madoka in, and she's pretty stable, y'all. I think she's definitely more stable than Guzman Company. But yeah, y'all, like, this figure is just so breathtakingly beautiful, y'all. Like, the angelic composition, like the details, like, I just like the overall harmonies of the pinks, the silvers, the purples, the whites. It's a very angelic and beautiful figure, and it's definitely grail worthy. I highly recommend this angelic beauty if you want the ultimate Madoka in your collection. Like, y'all, like, I plan to put Madoka and Homura in the back shelf right there. So in the next video, you can see both of them over there. And I feel bad because I'm gonna put away my Mikus, but it's alright. Like, let's have some other figures time to shine and also to spice up the back wall, right? And yeah, y'all, very beautiful figure, very angelic, beautiful details, highly recommend. So the last magical girl we are going to be unboxing and reviewing for this magical girl anime figure haul is none other than the most popular magical girl as of recent, and it's going to be Frieren 1/7 scale figure by Claynel. And of course, you guys might be on to me like, Frieren's not a magical girl.
Nope.
True, but she is a girl elf who uses magic, so that's close enough for me, y'all. Like, Frieren doesn't need an explanation. Very iconic series, highly recommend. And I actually wanted to go with the Claynel version because it really captures her essence. Like, she's a very stoic character who's starting to become more in tune with her emotions. And I know Kotobukiya released their own version, but I just felt like it wasn't very fitting to her personality. I just felt it was a little bit too dainty for my taste. Of course, I do like the flower base, but I just feel like this figure just captures her determined essence as well as stoicism. Like, some people might find this pose very simple and boring, but I think the simplicity of this pose that makes this frame so beautiful and aligned with her character. So without further ado, let's unbox this stoic beauty. Oh wow, so beautiful, y'all. So here is Frieren out of her box, fully unpackaged. And y'all, she's a very simple figure. She just mainly consists of the figure itself, the base, and of course the back of her wand. And y'all, at first I thought this figure arrived damaged, but you actually insert this strand of her wand like so. And I like the fact that the wand's already attached to her hand, y'all, so it's like, it's dummy proof. So let's just assemble her. And here is Frieren, y'all, fully assembled, and one of the easiest assembly processes in this magical girl figure haul, that's for sure. And y'all, where can I start, y'all? Like, this figure is so beautiful, y'all. Like, wow. Like, I don't know if you can see from the lighting here, like, I like how they use a translucent plastic for like some parts of her wand and her earrings, like reflect light very beautifully. So without further ado, y'all, let's review this beauty. So from the back, y'all, I just like how well sculpted the back of her head is. It's like so sharp, and I love like the gradients of her hair, and I just like how her pointails just flow beautifully into the wind as well. Like, her hair strands are sharply sculpted and individually stranded, very beautiful. Love the back of her head as well because you see her cute little elf ears. And I also like how her earrings are made out of translucent red plastic, and they're also flowing in the wind as well to show that she's ready for action. I just also like the fact how the solid matte gold paint highlights the back of her outfit very well. The paint job is applied very well on the trims of her outfit, as well as her sleeves. Very nice. I also like the back of her rod as well. I want to say the back of the rod's made of like mahogany reddish paint. It's very nice. And of course, you see some highlights of gold at the ends of the wand as well. I just love that translucent plastic orb inside her wand as well. It's so beautiful. And of course, you have like her little red ribbon protruding on the wind, and it also has like this really cool looking sharp jewel at the end, which by the way is also translucent red, like the orb. Very cool. Like, the wand's very well sculpted in detail. But from the back, y'all, this figure is so beautifully simple and captures the essence of Frieren very well. So now that we looked at the back, y'all, let's move right to the front. Love, love, love her face, y'all. So beautiful. I love how sharply sculpted the front of her hair bangs are. Love how the bangs are also flowing freely into the wind as well. She's determined and ready to go to battle. And y'all, like, that beautiful face sculpt, so determined. Those blank but beautiful eyes. I remember reading on MFC, some people didn't like the fact that she is rather pale looking, which I'll admit she is. She doesn't really have that much shading in her skin tone. But to be honest, y'all, like, she is an elf, and based on the media I consume, like, elves tend to be on the paler side. But that still doesn't discourage me from having her, because I actually like the paleness in her skin. It's very beautiful. It's like very porcelain. Like, she looks like a porcelain-like doll. And as you look towards the bottom of the figure, y'all, like, you see the same gold matte paint highlighting the rest of her robe. Very well painted. I wish they would have used a metallic gold paint as opposed to like a matte gold paint for this Frieren, like they did with Goodsman Company's version, but I still like her nonetheless. And yeah, y'all, this figure is so breathtakingly beautiful because of its simplicity. Some people might prefer like the dynamic pose and the flower base of the Kotobukiya one, and I understand why, but I don't know, y'all, like, this pose, yes, speak Frieren for me, because she's like a 1,000-year-old elf who has seen it all, and her blank listless expression is just so beautiful. All the dynamic motion is just captured in flow of her outfit. Like, she doesn't have to do some crazy pose. Like, her pose is very simple, but you guys can see like the flow of her outfit that she's about to go battle, and it's just a beautiful figure. And it just proves to show you that a figure doesn't have to be in some crazy action pose to show dynamic motion. They can just be in a very simple pose where the action is conveyed through like the details of her outfit. But yeah, y'all, this Frieren is my favorite Frieren in my collection, hands down. But she's my only Frieren in my collection. Claynel did an excellent job with this Frieren. Highly recommend this stoic elf beauty into your collection. If you want a Frieren in your collection that I guess captures her listless, blank stoicism. So now that we reviewed this Frieren, y'all, let's get all the other magical girls we reviewed in our magical girl figure haul so I can say my final remarks. And y'all, here are all the cute magical girl anime figures that we unboxed in this magical girl haul of 2025. I know a lot of these girls are not technically magical girls, especially Frieren and Shana, but they are cute girls that use magic, so that's my little loophole right there. But I just want to start 2025 with a bang, and something I guess noticed about a lot of these figures. A lot of these figures have wings, right? Like Shana has wings, Homura, Madoka. Frieren and Sailor Cosmos don't have wings, but they fit that angelic vibe. So maybe they have some secret wings, who knows? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this magical girl figure haul. I take a while editing, but I want to get this out there because there are some figures here that I want to include in my top figures of 2024. I should have my top figures of 2024 out early February. I know it's a little bit late, but better late than never, right? Sometimes I have a bad habit of not unboxing figures until I have them together so I can create some sort of theme video. But then that kind of delays the content creation process, right? Maybe I should get into the habit of just releasing a video as I get a figure, who knows? Yeah, let me know what kind of style you guys like. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great and magical 2025. Until next time, bye.